However, I am telling you nothing but the truth when I say it is profitable, good, expedient, advantageous for you that I go away. Because if I do not go away, the Comforter, Counselor, Helper, Advocate, Intercessor, Strengthener, Standby, will not come to you into close fellowship with you. But if I go away, I will send him to you to be in close fellowship with you. John 16:7. These words were spoken by Jesus just before he departed into heaven, where he is seated at the right hand of the Father in glory. It is obvious from this scripture that it is God's will that we be in close fellowship with him. Nothing is closer to us than our own thoughts. Therefore, if we will fill our mind with the Lord, it will bring him into our consciousness, and we will begin to enjoy a fellowship with him that will bring joy, peace, and victory to our everyday life. He is always with us, just as he promised he would be. Matthew 28:20, Hebrews 13:5. But we will not be conscious of his presence unless we think about him. I can be in a room with someone, and if I have my mind on lots of other things, I can leave and never even know that person was there. This is the way it is with our fellowship privileges with the Lord. He is always with us, but we need to think on him and be aware of his presence. What fills your thoughts? For they all, out of their surplus, put into the offering. But she, out of her poverty, put in all she had to live on. Luke 21:4. What love requires. Love takes no competence. It does not require heroic endeavor. It can be done by anyone in any condition so long as they have stopped being wrapped up in themselves. Someone who is paralyzed can love with their eyes. Someone who is blind can love with her voice and his touch. Only this is required. To love our neighbor or to love God, you must make the shift away from yourself as center of the universe. You must take God or your neighbor's life story for your own. You can find people in every nursing home who do this, making an impact through their love. They give their lives to others. They breathe out love. The contribution may seem puny, but Jesus intended to impress on his disciples that God judges our giving by percentage, not gross total. The widow's 2 cents weigh the scales more heavily than the piled up gifts of the rich. This is one of the ways that the poor are blessed. They can much more give their all. We are God's chosen, not to make us strong, but to confound the strong. 1 Corinthians 1:27-29. Simply to be God's children is power and glory. You cannot witness to his grace and love except as someone who remains weak. What love requires.
Amen. You better wake up, man. You better wake up. You better wake up, man. you complicate your mind. Leave from hate, mischief, and jealousy. Don't bury your thoughts, put your dreams to reality, yeah. All together now. Wake up and live now. Wake up. Wake up and live now. Wake up. Wake up and live now. Wake up. You better wake up and live now. Wake up. You make the people there's work to be done, so let's do it a little by little. Come on and run. From the sleepless slumber. Yeah, yeah. We're more than sand on the seashore. We're more than numbers. Wake up and live now. Wake up. You wake up and live now. Wake up. When you're cold for the basket, already you should live big today. Tomorrow you're buried in a casket. When I'm cold for the basket, yeah, yeah. Already you should live big today. Tomorrow you're buried in a casket. All together now. Wake up and live now. Wake up. Wake up and live now. You wake up. Wake up and live now. Wake up. You better wake up and live now. Wake up. Leave some hate, mischief, and jealousy. Don't